5 years ago, an idea was born. To create one club, behind one crest, under one republic. An indomitable movement galvanized the city of Sacramento. Our community united by the world's game. A battalion personified our passion. Improbable victories proved we belonged. And a miracle gave rise to a championship. One idea, 5 years of glory. And our republic is just getting started.
One of the best rivalries in the USL continues tonight in Sacramento. It's the Galaxy 2 and the Republic, and it's brought to you by UC Davis Health. Welcome inside Papa Murphy's Park. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. There have been some historic matches throughout the 5 years, and tonight the visitors look to derail the Republic, who are seeking a top spot in the West.
Whether it was Game 6 in the early 2000s when Robert Horry hits a long three to end Sacramento's run in the NBA playoffs, or if it's Roro banging in a free kick from 25 yards out, creating the miracle of Bonnie. Whenever these two cities meet, Rob, on the field or on the court, great games are always the result. Sacramento did hit a bit of a roadblock, a little midweek snag last Wednesday, but I think tonight's a great opportunity to come out here, play against their rival LA, get themselves back on the right track, push with momentum into playoffs.
Last Galaxy 2 win against the Republic was the first round of 2015 playoffs, while the Republic looked to extend their undefeated streak against LA to 6. Kickoff and starting lineups just moments away.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu. During open enrollment, all those questions often lead only to confusion, but when you stop and ask who provides the very best healthcare, suddenly it all becomes clear. UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
It's Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. Get big clearance savings on the last of our 2018s.
Like Altima, Titan, and Rogue.
Featuring Nissan's latest available tech. Don't miss out on clearance savings. The bottom line, the smartest time to buy a new Nissan is now.
Get a low $199 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for 60 months on 13 models.
But hurry, the bottom line and our 2018s are almost gone.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
You hear that? That's the sound of $18,000 in savings. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, and during the summer clearance event at Elk Grove Dodge, all remaining new 2018 Ram trucks are on sale, including 50 new 2018 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 Eco Diesels that are all $18,000 off MSRP. That's $18,000 off all remaining new 2018 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 Eco Diesels. Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, and online at oakgrovedodge.com.
Celebrating 5 years of glory here at Papa Murphy's Park tonight. Let's take a look at our Consolidated Communications matchup of the evening. And we begin with the Republic's Cameron Owasa, 11 goals on the season. Kevin Goldthwait, he's been spectacular throughout the 2018 campaign.
Now look at that, you know, a goal every other game for Cam, which is a great strike rate for him. So hopefully once again tonight, let's continue to build on that momentum we always talk about. And as a striker, you got to score goals.
And look, Ethan Zubak, he's been a star in the making, 9 goals, 1 assist on the year. Let's take a look U.S. Bank starting 11 will begin with the Republic, Luis Espino in there, and Vian Bajev fresh off that one-game suspension. He's back in the lineup.
Yeah, look at two of those guys you just mentioned, Espino and Bajev. Also, Yuri Matiasic in there. The three of those guys are nice triangle of players that are very good on the ball. So hopefully those guys can connect early and really start to get a rhythm.
Take a look now for Los Angeles. Andre Zonga has been a player just 21 years of age, signed last year. He's starting to find his way into midfield. But one of the most exciting players we've talked about, Frank Lopez, 8 goals on the year.
Yeah, another guy is Didier Traoré, a young 19-year-old French left back. Kind of came over, I believe, was signed on an open tryout through this Galaxy process. So another player that's got a lot of versatility in the back, and we'll see if Sacramento can deal with that back three of LA.
Referee tonight, Izmir Pekmik. We are about ready to go. Los Angeles in white with the blue stripes. Sacramento in their 5 years of glory, all black kits. Here we go, Papa Murphy's Park, two of the clubs that have been one of the best rivalries in all of the USL over the last 5 seasons. LA starting quickly, and Kevin, we saw this last week, Rio Grande Valley in town, and they scored within that first few moments of the match, and it was a wake-up call for Sacramento. Can they settle things down here? A hard cross sent, dangerous ball as it bounces around into the 18, picked away. Here's Vian Bajev. Nervous moments already. We saw it on Wednesday as well. 2 goals scored in the first 7 minutes. Kevin, they've got to get a handle on this.
A great chance for Matiasic to press as well.
Little move to his right. Will cut one across face of goal. Espino making a run. Finds it just outside the 18. Sacramento 43 points on the year. 23 points. Los Angeles currently in 14th place. Sacramento right now in 3rd place in the U.S. Western Conference as they look to keep hold on to that position, hoping for a first-round home match in the USL playoffs. Let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match here as we're a minute in.
Yeah, keys to the match here, Chevy keys to the match. First and foremost, move the ball quickly. I really feel like LA struggles when teams don't dwell on the ball. So hopefully Sacramento can take 1 and 2 touches, move things quickly. Second, strike early. We talked about it last week with the early goal conceded. LA's got 1 win on the road. If they strike early tonight, I think they maybe will get down on themselves, and Sacramento can really capitalize on that. And finally, width and depth. Stretch them and expose them. I think Sacramento plays so well when they're able to get in behind defenses, open them up a little bit, create some gaps, and really let your players like Espino, Bajev, and Yuri Matiasic get on the ball and start to pick passes in that final third. And I think if Sacramento can do those 3 things, should have a pretty good result here tonight.
A little space for Yuri Matiasic along that right side. Peeling off is Bajev on the backside. Luis Espino cleared away quickly.
Yeah, that's all we talk about this all the time, too. That's a situation the ball gets wide to your wide player looking to get his head up and whip a ball, and you need to have your striker. Cam Watts has got to find himself on the box. When I see that play right there, you see Cam Watts outside the 18 and not necessarily humping it and hoofing it to get in the box.
Ball lofted back.
Just one little avenue, one aspect of Cam's game that I think he could be a little bit better at. But can't argue with the guy's strike rate, Rob. Goal every other game. Cut him some slack a little bit.
He's played well as of late, getting that 27th goal in Republic history, moving him ahead of Rodrigo Lopez. That was a week ago. In Republic beating RGV 2-1, but it was a 2-1 defeat on Wednesday against St. Louis, who has had their number. Here's a strike from distance, and Josh Cohen, who is allowing less than a goal a match, able to pick up the save. 79 saves on the season. That's 2nd best in the USL.
Yeah, decent strike. Don't mind that early. Your Mikey Munoz on the sideline, testing Josh Cohen early, and also like it for Sacramento's sake, kind of allows Josh Cohen to get himself into this game with a relatively routine save.
Brian Sylvester, just his 2nd start on the season for LA2. Yuri Matiasic, Bajev. Bajev should be fresh after not making the trip to St. Louis because of yellow card accumulation. As the ball moves backward, let's take a look at our UC Davis Health Injury Report. Follow UC Davis Health for the latest news, events, photos, health tips, and more at UC Davis Health. A couple players, Emmer Clemente, Rafa Diaz, Carlos Rodriguez, and Josh Turnley still dealing with that quad. Good news, Hayden Partain is back as he was dealing with a knee injury, but he is in the 18 tonight after 12 weeks. Was playing well, got injured, he has worked his way back. And Simon Elliott feeling he's healthy enough, fit enough to get him into the 18. Whether or not we'll see him, that will be another story. Los Angeles tonight trying to hold on to a little bit of possession here, trying to work their way in. As Roqueo takes one to the knee as Vianbajev goes in a bit hard.
Looks like he just takes a little bit of a knee to the groin area.
Ball sent up over the top. Dangerous is Ethan Zubak. 9 goals, 1 assist on the year. And he scored the fastest goal in USL history at 11 seconds in. It came right here against this Republic side. Dumping it off for Achampong. Tower Bridge Battalion in front of him. Achampong cutting in. This little move. Crowd hears the oohs and ahs. Now he's working to the 18. Good defending. Ball crossed in. Opportunity for LA, and they just missed it. A great chance, and somehow he was unmarked, and it was Frank Lopez looking for his 9th goal on the year.
Yeah, that's a big miss from Frank Lopez. Frank Lopez is able to find himself in between Mitchell Taintor and Shannon Gomez, wide open with a beautiful look. It's a wonderful ball in the box by Roqueo. On the 6-yard box, Frank Lopez needs to do better. You got to try to get your head, get above the ball, bring it, knot it down to the ground, maybe towards the far post of Josh Cohen. But also ultimately really poor defending by Sacramento to allow someone wide open on the 6-yard box with an open free look on goal early in this game.
Sacramento 6-1-5, and you mentioned it earlier as a foul is drawn in the middle of the park by Jaime Villarreal. LA has struggled, just 1-8-2 away from Carson, California. And if you're head coach Mike Munoz, you've got to feel a little bit concerned about playing in an atmosphere here like this at Papa Murphy's Park.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. You know, you feel concerned about coming into a kind of a hostile environment. At the same time, you know, they're not drawing 12,000 people a game, so it's that double-edged sword where people come down to Sacramento. And
Roqueo with a cross in, slapped away by Josh Cohen. Along the other side, Los Angeles retaining possession. Achampong with a big left foot swing as Zonga to it. LA going with a 3-4-1-2. They've changed that formation a couple of weeks ago. And players seem to be liking it. Here's an opportunity, left-footed strike, and it's in the back of the net. And for the 3rd straight game, Sacramento has allowed the visiting club to strike first.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. That's a really great finish, and really on that left side too. Shannon Gomez gets bodied in a wonderful finish with the left foot, catching Sacramento out. And once again, though, gotta play. Your first 5 minutes are so important, and Shannon Gomez just gets out-muscled, outworked physically. So it looks like Miguel Aguilar, but still wonderful finish nonetheless. It's Miguel Aguilar. You see that look right there? Just puts it in the roof of the net. And in the 7th minute, Sacramento facing that, you know, daunting task once again. All familiar position. I guess if you think optimistically, Rob, that's a good thing. These guys can battle back. They did it a week ago here.
They went down a goal and then end up scoring 2.
And really, in my opinion, that's a rare mistake by Shannon Gomez. Typically rock steady, solid.
Elliot Hoare looking to get one quickly back. Cameron Owasa just a step slow. Trying to get that back post against Brian Sylvester.
That looks like Angola right there. Just takes a poor angle at it. It's a great ball in by Elliot Hoare. Really difficult to deal with. Forces the defender, Jean Angola, face his own goal, try to make a decision and commit to it. Bounces it right in front of him. Really difficult to deal with. And Cam Owasa was on his front studs right there. Crashed in that box and almost was able to connect. Great little pressure here by Espino.
Espino against Zonga. Zonga able to get it away to that right side. LA feeling good so far after striking first. Now this is a team that can score. That's their 40th goal on the season. To give you comparison, Republic only have 29. Yet this LA team gives up a lot. They've allowed 45 on the year, while Sacramento has allowed just 22. Defensively, Republic have been much better, but we talk about those tale of 2 halves for this Republic side, and it's typically a dominant performance in that first half of play, and then the second half things fell apart. The last 3 matches now, Kevin, has been quite the opposite of that. Looking for a long ball. And they're playing from behind, makes it a lot tougher. Jeffrey Achimpong playing it forward, looking for Ethan Zubak. Good defending, Mitchell Tainter. Zubak able to keep it in play, scoops it up. Josh Cohen.
Well done by Cohen.
Cohen's 8 shutouts are tied for 3rd best in all the USL. He has been one of the most solid goalkeepers in the entire league. But the last couple of games, he's been troubled by maybe lapse of defensive assignments, and he's been asked to do a lot, and maybe unfairly a bit here, but Sacramento has to come out a bit sharper, Kevin. Another mistake here, battle Andre Vera colliding with Jan Bajev. Quick start here for Elliot Horde, UC Davis graduate. Horde and Bajev, roommates, grew up together in Fresno, played against each other for several years, played even on the same team as 11 and 12-year-olds. Plays it up for Jaime Villarreal. The lone goal is a substitute in the 2-1 defeat on Wednesday against St. Louis. The game was in Missouri. A rare travel Wednesday match for this club, and it went across the country nearly. Now it's Bajev looking forward, going to lay it off to Matty Osage, who misplayed it. Matty Osage going to have to backheel to come to it. The Republic just a step slow right now. More organized team, looks like it's Los Angeles in the early get-go. Vera in a little bit of trouble himself, able to find Raquel. Be too many touches here. Trying to play it forward for Villarreal. Waiting for it is Lopez, colliding with Justin Schmidt, and the whistle is blown. Well, season ticket members, renew your 2019 Republic FC membership now. Continue with exclusive benefits, including behind-the-scenes access, maximum flexibility, and member-only discounts. Renew tonight, get 10% off your 2018 playoff tickets. A Republic FC member car magnet. Renew, sacrepublicfc.com. Whistle blows again, and Izmir Pekmik keeping it tight so far in this one. About 12 minutes in, Los Angeles scoring first. Miguel Aguilar, his 3rd on the season. Made just 9 appearances with Los Dos a year ago. Formerly played with DC United, and a good pickup for LA. 24 years of age, still quite young, still has some time left. Schultz looking to make something happen along that right side. Now with that 3-back system for LA, we weren't quite sure whether you see Fittis or Schultz move forward. And we've seen Schultz a couple of times come all the way into that final third.
Yeah, I think ultimately that back 3 system really puts a lot of pressure on your holding midfielders. And typically in those back 3 situations, you end up putting 2 holding midfielders out there. So when a guy, a decent ball in the box, when your outside backs like Schultz goes forward, essentially it's the responsibility of that holding midfielder to drop back and identify when that run's being made, so you have adequate cover in the back.
LA snapped a 5-match winless streak. Beat Fresno 2-1 last week. Held control the first 75 minutes of that game. Frank Lopez, 2 goals. He has been an absolute star for them as of late. Final 15 minutes, though, things got a bit sloppy for LA and nearly walked away with just 1 point, but held on for the 2-1 victory. Hard ball crossed in. We see this attack now coming from LA. They're going to look to loft balls in from the wings. Sacramento defend a bit better. Achimpong's hard-driven ball at the feet of Lopez. Lopez, a left-footed strike, and it's Josh Cohen comes up big one more time, keeps it 1-0.
Yeah, a couple things there. It's a wonderful first touch right there by Frank Lopez, and a nice little turn to get it out from under his feet. Quick turn, quick shot. Good save by Josh Cohen, but the most concerning thing in my mind is, once again, Frank Lopez is finding himself with time and space. There's a chance for Sacramento. It's got to be a handball.
Handball pops up. It'll be a free kick for Sacramento. Good run from Cameron Owasu to apply pressure on Nate Schultz.
Sacramento's got to be better defensively right now. You cannot allow guys like Frank Lopez time to have 2 or 3 touches or a free header in the box. Lucky at this point to only be down 1 goal, in my opinion. But all that being said, here's a good opportunity for Sacramento. Decent place for a set piece. Is this a shot? Is this a service in the box? It's kind of the tweener distance, if you will. You see the guys over the ball right now discussing options.
Well, against Rio Grande Valley, this was the best we'd seen the Republic on set pieces all year. Both goals coming off set pieces. Maybe they've started to figure things out here. Let's see if they can make something happen here and tie this game up in the first 15 minutes of action.
I don't think they got the power.
It's going to be Matty Osich, sails it high.
I was just getting ready to say, I don't think they have the ability. There's not a player there that's got the power that they can put behind the ball to really test Brian Sylvester in goal. And you see that, I think that's probably Yuri Matiasic trying to do just a little bit too much, swinging a little bit too hard, and that's the result.
John Riccio saying after the win against Las Vegas that they have confidence now that these 3 games, this new formation, you know, they think they're starting to get the hang of it. Here's a misplay. Here's Vianbajev. One more touch, 2-touch. Good defending, John Angola. And Kevin, those are the type of plays you feel like Sacramento's got to capitalize on.
Absolutely. I think, you know, it's a great little piece of defensive pressure by Sacramento. Vianbajev does wonderful to get on the end of the thing. I think ultimately one less touch right there, a little earlier of a shot. Don't allow Jean Angola the time to step and make a tackle.
And swinger, here's Tainer, and it's just across the face of the goal. Crashing in was Jaime Villarreal.
Yeah, good effort there. You don't see Jaime Villarreal getting on the end of too many set pieces, but finds himself in a good spot unmarked. You know, I think probably could have done a little better, to be honest. That's a decent ball in the box.
Fittis is going to send it upfield. They're lofting balls, looking for Zubak to make some runs. Zubak there is Cohen, comes out colliding with Zubak, and he was aggressive there. That's a difficult in-between ball and turning what to do, and Cohen made the right play.
Yeah, Cohen looked like he was between two minds for a moment. Ends up coming out.
Riccio, little back touch, back to Riccio again, left-footed strike into the arms of Josh Cohen, the Sunnyvale native. 2 saves already on the evening. He's inching closer to the top goalkeeper in USL play in terms of saves made. And maybe not a stat that you really are hoping for as a goalkeeper. That means you're getting too many looks. Another great chance by John Riccio. Nearly had his first goal on the season.
That's a really good piece of skill right there. That's a tough ball for Riccio to hit out of the air like that and be able to make as good a contact as he did. Unfortunately for him in those situations, Rob, it's almost, you're just trying to make good contact, solid contact on the ball. In that situation, I think he probably makes just a little bit too much and goes right towards Josh Cohen. And if you just miss that a little bit, maybe he goes a little left, a little right, makes it much more difficult for Josh Cohen to save. But tell you what, that's a pretty nice strike by Riccio.
Sent into space.
Even more concerning still, I think LA's playing really well in the first 15-20 minutes right now. Get in behind Sacramento with relative ease and finding guys, or excuse me, LA guys finding themselves on the ball with time in the box.
Good holding there from Cameron Iwasa to give this one a chance. Down goes Yuri Matiasic, no foul given. And so Sacramento scrambling to get back up on their feet as LA looks to break.
I don't know how you don't give that to a referee.
Achapong with a pretty quick first step, going to send across to with his left foot. Shannon Gomez to the head. Lopez will track it down to the corner and let it go out of play for a throw for LA.
Yeah, still pressure still on.
Wide open space for Lopez again, colliding in the box, and a dangerous play, and now a penalty.
That's, in my opinion, that's just really, really poor defending. Completely agree with this. It's Justin Schmidt coming out lazy, kind of between two minds, Rob. Once again, we saw Josh Cohen do it a minute ago, but take a look at this run. It's a great little run by Lopez. Not sure if Justin even gets a touch on this, but you got to come out, get a tackle, get down to the ground. Just not good defending, Rob. Let's see if Justin Schmidt can.
So a chance for LA to go up 2-0 against the Republic here. The penalty kick, it's Ethan Zubak. They'll kick this one into the Tower Bridge Battalion. And Josh Cohen come up big with a save. Republic have to be aware of a rebound. Mitchell Tainter and Raquel battling for position along the 18-yard line. Mitchell Tainter trying to maybe give Ethan Zubak something more to think about. Ethan Zubak, 9 goals on the season. He's in the hunt for the Golden Boot. The leader in the USL is 13, Edda Volson. Here's Zubak. He's going to slot this one to the left side. It's 2-0. Less than 20 minutes gone by in Sacramento, and a big hole at home.
That big hole at home. You saw a minute ago on the broadcast, you saw Simon Elliott talking to the 4th official about something, and in my opinion, it probably goes back to Yuri Matiasic on the other end of the field before that ball goes down to the Sacramento's defensive end. You know, why wasn't the call made there? That's a quick thing change. This is a decent penalty here. Gets Josh Cohen going the other way and calmly slots it. And like you said, big hole for Sacramento right now. But they've dug themselves into it. It's time for them to fight, show some character, figure out a way out of this.
Never has it been more quiet. And Justin Schmidt is hobbling, so he may need to come out. And unfortunately, again, Elliott has had to go, Simon Elliott has had to go to the bench too often to replace that center back position. LA continuing to put the pressure on as they lead by 2 goals. And this may change tactically for how the Republic look to attack this defensively. They have not been as sharp as Simon Elliott was hoping.
It's really well done by Cam Iwasa. I love that hold-up play. Bad giveaway by Jeremy.
And we can go back to 2014 in the playoffs in the 2nd round when Sacramento was down 2-0 against the Galaxy 2, and it felt like a Morgan here. And going to break, and you talk to the players now, and they said they never lost any bit of confidence as Justin Schmidt is being tended to, and Cole Seiler is warming up along the sideline, and he may have to go in. But of course, we now notice a miracle at Bonnie when it started to sprinkle, and all of a sudden Rodrigo Lopez does the unthinkable and has a hat trick. It can happen, and especially for a club like this, they're a team of 2 halves. One half, they have not been sharp. The other half, it's a completely different team, and we've talked about it before. It is rare to see a turnaround this big from a club who's in 3rd place.
Yeah, and I think, if anything, once again, thinking glass half full, optimistically, looking at this, you know, get the bad half out of the way early and come out in the 2nd half and finish strong. We've seen that a few times the other way, where Sacramento's finished pretty poorly, had a really, really good first 45 minutes. So the other thing, I mean, the script's being written here, right? The drama is, the potential is here for Sacramento. We've been here before in this situation against LA. In my mind, the guys, nothing to worry about, nothing to panic about yet. You get 1 goal back. You start with 1 goal, Rob. Start with 1. It completely will flip this game on its head, and all of a sudden you got a panicky LA and momentum switches. So, you know, in my opinion right now, if I'm Simon and the staff, just telling guys don't panic. Think tactically, maybe a couple ways, a couple tweaks here and there, but don't panic. Don't show too much emotion on that sideline. Just make sure the guys are calm and confident, and maybe give them a couple little tips and tips tactically on what they should be doing.
Well, Simon Elliott right now drawing something up for Jeremy Hall to maybe implement when he gets back out there. Cole Seiler will replace Justin Schmidt, who comes out with some sort of injury.
Yeah, it looks like he took that knock in that tackle. It goes in with both feet.
Well, and there it is. I mean, poor defending ultimately leads to you coming out of the match now, and so now
and that's
it's
also
a double win.
Well, that's also, you know, like the just as classic of a tale as you can get. You know, if you're not going to fully commit to a tackle, typically you're the one that's going to end up getting hurt. In my opinion, it looked like Justin Schmidt doesn't go in fully and doesn't commit himself to that tackle. I think you should honestly go to the ground there in that situation. It's a much safer sort of tackle than what he did. As you see, he hops forward with 2 feet and just tries to stay solid. And it's just a simple touch around that the attacking player's got to get, and all of a sudden there's going to be some sort of contact.
And the call may not be made. You may get the ball first and you clear it away, and now you're not looking at a penalty kick against your goalkeeper.
Right, and I think ultimately in my opinion from up here, I think that it was just looks like Justin was caught between 2 minds. I would have liked to have seen him be more aggressive and go down to the ground And I think that's a relatively safe and simple tackle. And when you go in and you're not, when you go without conviction, that's what happens, Rob.
Vera able to draw the foul against Jaime Villarreal. Well, every match is better with a group. Get 10 or more friends, family members, or colleagues and get tickets as low as $12. Also comes with exclusive experiences for your next match. For details, go to sacrepublicfc.com/group tickets. Jeffrey Achimpong. Hard driven ball with his left foot, back heel, another chance for LA, and they score the third goal. Into the 6 it goes, and Gene Angola with his first goal of the season, and it is 3-0, Galaxy 2.
Crickets here in Sacramento. And also, once again, we talked about the concerns and worries here in the first half, and it's once again evident right there. You have 2 LA guys with plenty of time to get themselves on the ball. 2 players, Rob, wide open on the penalty spot for LA with not a Sacramento guy, not a Sacramento defender within 3 yards. Absolutely unexcusable defending by Sacramento. These runners just are going free. You got Mitchell Tainter following that near post run and just completely exposes that near post. Now all of a sudden that 2-goal deficit seems much welcomed, Rob.
For Los Dos here, this is a team that had 4 players who have had significant time up with the MLS side today. Ball driven in. Sylvester, just a second touch of the evening.
Now the concern
into the 18 for Los Angeles. And so you now giving some opportunity for guys who may have not gotten the start tonight. Oldest player on LA right now is 24 years of age. They're playing the youngsters, and they're playing for opportunities like this. They're fearless, Kevin.
Yeah, fearless. And now, I mean, the big thing that you got to be worried about if I'm Simon is the panic button is getting close to being hit by the players, and all of a sudden you see, just a moment ago, you see Vian Bijev serve that ball in the box kind of unnecessarily, where things start to get forced much more as players think they need to create something out of nothing in order to try to get a goal or get something on target. So I still think Sacramento, there's plenty of time here. 65 minutes left to work themselves back into this game.
Last time they allowed 3 goals was in a half, was against Reno at home here. And the only loss to any club in USL this season here at Papa Murphy's Park. A 3-2 defeat at hands of Reno 1868, who they will face next week on the road in Nevada. An absolute stunner right now. This crowd is shocked. 3-0 Republic down to LA Galaxy 2, and a team that they have fared well against. 9-4-3 overall in this 5-year series. Here at home, they're 4-2-3. This is a club that they have pretty much dominated throughout these 5 years, but tonight it has been Los Dos. Left side, Raquel long foot. He's given an opportunity, an athletic move coming again from LA's midfield. And it was Andre Zonga who tried to make something special happen. This team is athletic. They've got good pace. They haven't been able to put it all together, but here tonight they're showing some excellent skill. Vera flipping it into space to Zubac, who has one of the game's goal and a penalty kick. With this back 3, how does Sacramento take advantage here? So far, they have not been able to break that back line, but maybe one time.
You got to have Cam. Cam's got to play as high as he can. He's got to play on Jean Angola. And then underneath, you're going to have to overload it with Vian Bijev, Luis Espino, and Matty Osic. And that's what they're doing right now. They just got to figure out a way to get the ball, possess the ball in the final third to combine. But really, it's just a numbers game at this point for Sacramento. You got to overload, go man for man, or force LA to go man for man defensively, and then hopefully you get a delayed run from the midfielder, and you're in.
Salsa against Rio Grande Valley came out stormy, and they had about 30 minutes of that high pressure. Started to slowly change, and toward the end of the game, the Toros had no answer for Sacramento.
Yeah, it's all about weathering the storm too. You know, if you're Sacramento, wave after wave of attack, if you can weather the storm and keep things close, teams aren't going to be able to come out here and press for 90 minutes. I think we saw that against RGV last week.
Elliott Hoare, a little bit of space moving forward, trying to find some opportunity here in a rough first half for this Republic side. Spino will earn a corner kick, the second of the night for Sacramento. You get that one goal for the Republic and you get the crowd right back into it. Ball driven well. It was Villarreal again who's making some decent run. Shannon Gomez, good hustle play, and it keeps possession for Sacramento. Tainter with a hard-driven ball. And again, that back line has come up big. Adrian Vera that time getting in places. That was Achupong. They have both dropped back several times to make good defensive plays in that final third. Hall's going to send it back. Lopez going to continue to put some pressure on. Lopez signed in March, a 23-year-old born and raised in Cuba, and he has been a surprise for this club. Electric as of late. Villarreal played with Los Dos, was part of that team that lost 3-2 to Sacramento during that miracle at Bonnie. Villarreal himself has had some pretty good games as a visitor here at Papa Murphy's Park. And got his first goal of the season against St. Louis on Wednesday as a substitute. Better combination here coming from Sacramento. Espino looking for a little bit of room, going to send across him, back post. There is a chance for Bajev, and Schultz was there. Nobody in a black jersey was able to find some space. Public still in possession, much better looking here in the last 2 minutes. Going to give it a ride. Sylvester will give it a dive, but doesn't need to, and it'll sail out of play. A goal kick for Los Angeles.
It's not the worst ball in the box at the end of the day by Elliott Hoare, in my opinion. If you're going to have a strike and hit it with your laces like he does, you're going to want to aim for that far post, and if you're going to miss it, you want to pull it away from the goalkeeper. So I mean, it's not bad. I think ideally you want to see maybe put something in the air with a little bit of bend on it, but ultimately you might find somebody creeping in the back post. Still some pretty good patient players to look right now from Elliott Hoare. Bit ambitious, but you see there's Bajev on the back post. He's not too far off or too far away from that.
Bajev's trying to press a little bit higher, but it's that full commitment that I think Simon Elliott's hoping to get from his team here. Ford will step up, laid up for Espino, and just the mistakes are going to hurt the Republic's chances of trying to get something going here. Down 3 goals. Aguilar, Zubac, and Gola all scoring in this one, the first 25 minutes of action.
You see now Sacramento's definitely pressed the line of confrontation in terms of pressing higher.
This young man, Frank Lopez, with some serious wheels, trying to get past Cole Seiler. Cole Seiler with some pretty good defending to cut that off, and a goal kick for Josh Cohen.
Yeah, really good defending right there. So you see Sacramento, they're stepping a lot higher, looking to press LA, and LA might have actually even gone back to a back 4, Rob, conservatively here, up 3. Yeah, Mikey Munoz probably making a decision. Here's a look right here, this defensively. Cole Seiler using his body really well right there. And just shepherds it out of bounds, but I believe LA's gone back to a flat 4.
Yeah, John Riquelme, who has played on that back line at times this season, he is now in the back 4.
You know, if I'm Munoz, if I'm LA, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we'll see how this ends up paying off for him.
Almost overthinking it, trying to hold on for a victory. And a different mindset for this LA side. I mean, we saw just 2 years ago how dominant this team could be.
Great ball.
52.16 is where they were in first place at the end of the season. That was Sacramento. They were right there, right behind Sacramento. With 37 points, they were top in the West in goals scored. But they were a pretty good team to be reckoned with. Here's Elliott Hoare, chance for the Republic, crashing hard with Bajev. Here's Riel, and it's poked away
tough.
Zonga just there in time.
That's tough of Riel. It's a big touch for him, probably a little bit heavy. And you're fully committed and exposed in that situation. It looks like he's up, not hobbling too bad.
Back to Horde. They've been giving Horde some space. Luis Espino. The wheels on Frank Lopez, something to be concerned about.
Yeah, and Sacramento too. I think they're doing the right thing. Keep the pressure up, keep the momentum going, play fast pace. Really silly giveaway. Good step by LA. Gotta respect and appreciate the ball a little more. That ball's not out of bounds. It's fortunate for Sacramento. It's a happy flag by the linesman.
Achimpong, who started UCSB, raised in Ghana. Cole Seiler, hard-driven ball right to LA. Tainter will come up. Elliott Horde, a little bit of room. Right-footed cross. Here's a chance for Sacramento. Broken up. There was so many Los Dos players playing up today for the match against Seattle. They lost 5-0. Different story here. Ethan Zubak is going to lay it up for Lopez. Going to curl one. It'll sail away.
Just mishit right there, Frank Lopez. But once again, LA's in behind Sacramento's back four, causing problems. And even down on the other end, a decent ball in the box from Elliott Horde, but still the runs just aren't there. Every time the ball's served in the box, you need to have someone to the, crash in the near post and someone curl around the back post. It's simple as that. And time again, Sacramento, I think, struggles to find those runs. And yet also give credit to LA in that situation as Jean Angola, the right guy to be, where you'd want to choose to be on that front post to make it difficult to get over.
Iwasa volleys it down, he's going to lay it up for Espino. Who's going to make a run? Here's Bajev, and it's headed away. Good ball sent in.
Great job by Cam Iwasa too. Two-touch, plays it out wide. I like to see his curling run. He was looking to make that run in the box and kind of delayed it a little bit, which I think he did the right thing. Looking for the pullback across the face of the goal, and a good ball in the box by Espino. Get a look right here. This is great striker play. Touchdown, touch again, get it out, curls back in. Next step is back in the box like that, and a good ball in the box from Espino. And a good tackle from Aguiar. Looks like he might have got stepped on his way through.
Aguiar scored the game's first goal. Justin Schmidt, who went out injured, committed a foul in the box. That was the game's second. And then Jean Angola with the third goal of the evening. LA's played much better as of late, even though their record has not shown it. They are 6-12-5 on the year, but they're a team that moves guys up and down quite a bit, and especially with MLS side dealing with quite a few injuries of late. A lot of different of these young guys, some of the guys who have been in the academy and had a huge turnover from last season. And now you have new players who are hungry to show, essentially Siggy Schmidt, what they can do, and hopefully get the call up and get a good report card from Mike Munoz. And this so far is going to be one of those games they're going to want to show MLS side the talent that they have here at the lower level. Matty Osage, a short corner. Back post. Following is Shannon Gomez. Back to it's going to be Horde. Hard ball for Tainter.
Saw that play last week, which worked and had a goal. Jeremy Hall last week, the ball just pulled back to Elliott Horde, and that's an easy ball for your right back to hit. And
here's Iwasa. Again, space. The Republic capitalized. Not high enough. Ford just trying to find an inch. Bajev cuts it in. Angola headed out. It'll be the Trinidad Tobago native Shannon Gomez to throw. Trying to break free, getting behind. Seiler and Tainter is Lopez, and it's Josh Cohen who comes out and plays a beautiful ball with his feet, able to break up a dangerous attack from LA.
Very, very close to being disaster.
Here's Bajev now on the counter to Matiasic. Matiasic trying to get past Angola, stays in, rolls away. Goal kick for Los Angeles.
Well, I think that's a corner. That's unlucky for Sacramento. Looks like Jan Angola comes off his leg at the end of the day. Goal kick nonetheless. Take a look at this right here. This is once again some indecisiveness from Josh Cohen. Caught between two minds. Does he go? Does he stay? Elects to come out. Hard tackle there. Ends up being a perfect little touch to him. And he comes up with the ball at his feet.
It's only the second game all season Sacramento has allowed 3 goals. You've seen time and time again, Ethan Zubak and Frank Lopez get behind. Another mistake, Lopez breaking forward, gets past Seiler, only has 1 to beat, he's gonna give it a ride, and it's 4-0. Mike Munoz and company are pumped, and no team has had an opportunity like this. 4 goals at Papa Murphy's Park. It has never happened before until tonight.
I tell you what, there's a lot of errors on that play. Once again, kind of the comedy of errors, if you will. It starts with Cole Seiler with a silly giveaway at midfield. Great job, by the way, by Frank Lopez. Takes the ball and a great touch. Sets him up just outside the 18-yard box. And Josh Cohen gets beat to the near post. But this touch right there by Frank Lopez is fantastic. Look at that strike with the laces, almost at a full pace. And see the spin on that ball right there. That ball's hit wonderfully with a lot of power and pace, and beats Josh Cohen to the near post, which is almost the cardinal sin for a goalie. You never give away your near post.
It's hard to believe what has happened here. 4-0, Kevin.
I don't think we've ever seen this, Rob. And in all of our time calling games, I don't think we've ever seen this a 4-goal deficit.
The way this team has played this year, on one hand, it doesn't totally shock you, but on another level, it's completely surprising for one of the best clubs in all of USL.
Absolutely. We talked about it a couple times the last couple weeks too. You know, you're not going to have your best game every night, but we've been saying that for 3 or 4 weeks now.
What do you do if you're Simon Elliott here, Kevin?
You know, I mean, I don't feel like Sacramento's playing horrendously bad. They're definitely getting exposed, being left exposed in the back. So if you're Simon, I mean, you're praying you're going to get to half as quickly as you can. And ultimately, I really feel like Mikey Munoz's Los Dos side has come out here to play tonight and have done a really good job of executing their game plan. So if you're Simon, you got to start figuring out what sort of tactical changes you're going to be making at halftime. Are you going to be shouting at your guys?
And you only have 2 more substitutions as Justin Schmidt had to come out because of injury. Cole Seiler replaced him, but has not made much of a difference. LA has been lofting balls over the top. Aguilar, Zubac, Angola, Lopez, all with goals tonight. Lopez now with 5 straight matches. He has scored a goal, 6 goals in that time frame.
Yeah, he also can talk about here too. You know what Simon say to his team. What's he do? I mean, ultimately, all 4 goals came from Sacramento, like pretty glaring mistakes. So it's just eliminate the mistakes, right? You know how to play the game. You played countless games in your life. Now it's all about you as a professional coming out here and do what you're supposed to do. And that's not leaving players unmarked, not dwelling on the ball, getting turnovers in poor positions.
Here's Cole Seiler, speaking of center back. Villarreal was there, broken up. Zubac looking to break. It'll be Hall. Songa now moving forward. Cut down by Matty Osic, and the whistle blows.
It's a good foul by Yuri.
So 4 minutes of extra time. The stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleigh's.com. Cameron Iwasa in behind, bounces into the arm to Brian Sylvester. So the last time a team scored 4 goals against Sacramento was July 13th, 2016, and it was Los Angeles. Raquel.
Always the drama when you're playing against LA.
They're not done yet. Los Dos came out on their toes tonight. They have been sharp, they've been aggressive. Achimpong was going to go for a strike, a diving save from Josh Cohen.
Why not if you're LA? Why not? Everything's going your way right now.
You've had a free pass, a little back header. We'll try to flick it in. A late whistle coming from Izmir Pakmik. Josh Cohen almost on an island tonight.
Right there, it's a good little strike by Achimpong.
That's a
good save by
ball.
Cohen.
Curls it in now. Meanwhile, Sacramento trying to figure it out all wrong. Can they sneak one in before the end of the half? Here's Bachev, pops it high. Just not the conviction right now.
That's a tough one for Bijev. You know, that's not what he's known for. He's not known for his aerial ability, but what's really interesting there is you'd like to see maybe Shannon Gomez give a little shout. Looks like he was on the back post just behind him, wide open.
Well, back heel from Bachev. Gomez moving forward. He will be brought down. No whistle coming. Four goals scored by LA. Crowd here at Papa Murphy's Park, stunned. Los Angeles again, just one win away from Carson, California here in the 2018 season. They're looking primed to pick up number 2. Frank Lopez looks to control and retain possession. Overlapping them from McHale. He's going to switch the field. To the middle of the park it goes. Adam Chung. And Adam Pong able to win the battle, earn a foul against Bajev. Achimpong and now Sacramento will give it right back.
Communication right there. That's a simple little fix. Guys got to talk.
Don't go away. Coming up at the break, 5 years of glory continues. We'll take a look at that championship match, our latest installment of 5 years of glory. That's coming up at halftime right here in My 58. Izmir Pekmik blows the whistle. It's the end of the first half of action. Republic fans here not sure what to do. Their team trails 4-0 against the rival Los Angeles Galaxy 2. We'll have your halftime stats and more coming up after the break.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu. During open enrollment, all those questions often lead only to confusion. But when you stop and ask, who provides the very best healthcare, suddenly it all becomes clear. UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
It's Nissan's Bottom Line model year-end event. Get big clearance savings on the last of our 2018s.
Like Altima, Titan, and Rogue.
Featuring Nissan's latest available tech. Don't miss out on clearance savings. The bottom line, the smartest time to buy a new Nissan is now.
Get a low $199 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for 60 months on 13 models.
But hurry, the bottom line and our 2018s are almost gone.
Every day, there are millions of stories, but the most important are the stories that impact you. Whether it's keeping your family safe,
These are the areas under a high alert because we're
understanding changes to your world,
And it could end up costing taxpayers more money, thousands.
or figuring out what the future holds.
just maybe bringing new jobs to Sacramento.
At 10 o'clock, we take more time to focus on the details that impact you most. KCRA 3 News at 10 on My 58, where the news comes first.
I Love Lasher, starring Vince Bloom, the big dog, and Subi, the canine companions for Independence puppy.
And Subi knows that during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, the deals at Elk Grove Subaru attract a lot of dogs. They all want a new 2018 Forester 2.5i CVT. On sale this month for only $23,870. Plus get financing as low as 0% for up to 48 months. Or lease a new Forester for only $149 a month. Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Subaru, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovesubaru.com.
Win the cup.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. Well, we celebrate 5 years of glory here for the Sacramento Republic. We continue to look back on 5 pivotal moments in the club's history. Tonight, we reflect on Sacramento's magical 2014 championship season and the celebration that followed.
I can't believe we're here. And we're not done. We weren't supposed to beat LA, we did. And now it's just time to put our foot on the neck of these guys and close this thing out and call it the most magical year that's ever happened.
If you would have told me at Sac Soccer Day that less than a year after that Sac Soccer Day, or about a year, that Sacramento would be playing at home to win the cup, I would have thought you were crazy.
So after the miracle at Bonnie, there was just an energy and a buzz around the city, around the team. There was also this feeling of confidence that this was ours.
And welcome to USL Pro Championship game, brought to you by UC Davis Children's Hospital.
Absolutely amazing energy so far. Let's get this thing going. It's going to be a great night.
Kickoff happens, 8,000 plus strong, on their feet. Tower Bridge Battalion's going crazy, the drums are pounding, and with every heartbeat, you felt something special was happening in front of you. And when the Republic scored that first goal, it just felt like destiny was finally going to fall in Sacramento's favor.
We were up by 1 goal, The place was going absolutely berserk. And then their keeper kicks it, Kiffy intercepts it, dribbles it up, passes to Tommy Stewart. He does a little move, puts it in, and it's a feeling like I've never felt.
The team with a relentless spirit for a city known as the Indomitable City. Sacramento, this USL Pro Championship is yours.
You just see everyone, pour onto the field. It was incredible. It's like, no, come on, let's celebrate together.
It was something that brought an entire community together. Everyone felt that this was their club, and the truth is, it is everyone's club.
The moment you've been waiting for, the 2014 USL Pro Champions.
They win the championship in the first year, and we are all right behind them. It's just an incredible experience.
So after the championship, the party was not about to end anytime soon. The club and the city put together an incredible idea of a parade. Why not? Win the championship, it only seems right.
The parade was for the city. And that's all encompassing. That's because of the fact that we represent Sacramento.
We wanted everyone to come and celebrate this because it was theirs. It truly was their championship. It was a culmination of a lot of hard work that was really all about the people and for the people.
It feels really, really good to win a championship, but it feels even better that you are part of it.
Every step in the process wasn't supposed to happen. You shouldn't have beat LA. You shouldn't have drawn 21,000 people a couple times in a row. You shouldn't have sold out all your matches. None of it was supposed to happen. But the premise of everything was people coming together with the spirit of the underdog and never stopping. And so it was completely fitting that we won.
Cochran tonight appearing in his 71st career match with San Antonio FC. He's been with the club all 3 seasons, most consistent there on the back end.
I felt like my whole life I've always had to prove people wrong. Getting cut from the state ODP team when you're 13 because you're too small, and then in your club team you sit on the bench until you're 16 or 17 years old because you're too small. Everything kept referring back to you're too small. There's no better feeling in the world of being able to look at someone that told you no and to be able to say, I told you so. You kind of see it all when you go through times of playing, getting cut, being someone on the field, playing all the time. It kind of gives you a good grasp of where different players are and what their mentality might be. It's definitely shaped who I am. I wouldn't change anything for my career or for how it's gone. Not only have I grown as a player, I think I've grown as a man in terms of being able to deal with anything that I really think that's thrown at me. I think there's a bunch of different ways that you can be a leader. Bring my lunch pail to work every single day, and I try to get better every day. And if I have that kind of mentality and other people see me pushing, regardless of what we're doing, that's the kind of leader I want to be. This is my 3rd year here, and to be able to stay in one place and to really grow with it has been a tremendous honor, and it's something that I don't take for granted at all. Every time that I step on the field, I hope that I represent this club and this city. It's a privilege to play for such a passionate fan base. I'm Greg Cochran, defender for San Antonio FC.
Jason Johnson! You've got to be kidding me! Oh, what a finish! Alex Bruce! Dante the other way! Oh, what a goal! Near post! Oh, what a finish by Charlie Ward! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba! Great save for Strapowicki! Diving stop! Must-see TV.
A shocker of a first half here in Sacramento. LA Galaxy 2 lead 4-0. They wanted to correct what we had in the first half. The last time this happened, it was Precky's farewell game, July 13, 2015. Republic lost 4-0. So we have more coming up. Halftime highlights. We'll have your stats, and we'll revisit with Kevin Goldthwait and tell us what the Republic need to do to get back in this game, or at least feel better about themselves than they do at this first half.
I Love Lasher, starring Vince Bloom, the big dog, and Subi, the canine companions for Independence puppy.
And Subi knows that during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, the deals at Elk Grove Subaru attract a lot of dogs. They all want a new 2018 Forester 2.5i CVT. On sale this month for only $23,870. Plus get financing as low as 0% for up to 48 months. Or lease a new Forester for only $149 a month. Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Subaru, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovesubaru.com.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
When you set out to find new roads, you can't do it alone. You need a partner on the journey, one you can count on. More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time. Trying something new can be exciting, empowering, downright exhilarating. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
See your Greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Tower Bridge Battalion to dig deep and to see if they can find some chance to spark this Republic side, get them back in this game. Let's take a look at our NorCal Honda highlights as we begin early on. LA came out aggressive, hungry. They were on their front studs the entire night.
Yeah, it looks like right here, just Shannon Gomez just gets caught right here in a great finish. Absolutely roofs it. Miguel Aguilar, Shannon Gomez has to do better, but still, what a wonderful finish with the left foot from that tight angle. This is a wonderful view right here. Aguilar takes a touch, gets his head up, and just smashes it right in the roof of the net. 1-0 first 10 minutes for LA.
Well, they would not be done yet, and then a little defending, trying to make something happen. It's just too many holes. Good look from Frank Lopez. He would get one later on, but that would be a pretty good chance for a striker who's shown some skill with left and right. And here comes Josh Cohen again, out to make a play. He's had a couple of those tonight. Crazy enough to say this could be worse. And here's Justin Schmidt, just a bit lazy, draws the penalty.
Yeah, just once again, Frank Lopez showing his dynamic play, able to get in there, and ultimately that leads to Justin Schmidt being subbed out and then steps up for a wonderful penalty. Ethan Zubak, just a calm, cool, collected slot behind Josh Cohen in the back of the net.
10th goal on the year for Zubak, and then John Angola would find a crease. Sacramento unable to get in the right place at the right time, and Angola would make it 3-0.
And a great, just a good set piece. Well done by Jean Angola. And once again, another mistake, in my opinion, by Sacramento defensively on a set piece. You know, how is there two LA guys wide open on the 6-yard box with no Sacramento player within a couple yards?
And then to slam the door shut before the first half, it was Frank Lopez able to break free, get behind Cole Seiler. And let's take a look now at our Lasher Elk Grove Subaru half stats. 13 shots, 9 of those on target, Kevin. just an absolute dismal first half. And you're right, I don't think the overall play was as bad as LA just made the right move, made the right cut, made the good run, and they were able to pick up 4 quality goals.
Yeah, 4 quality goals, but ultimately, you know, like Rob, if you ask me the question, what Simon Elliott need to do in the locker room, I mean, those are basically, in my opinion, those are 4 mistakes by Sacramento that are easily rectified. If those mistakes don't happen, you're at a 0-0 game here. So what do you do? Go in halftime, talk to you guys, and that's you know, like, what else can you do, guys? Hey, we prepped, we've done everything we can do as a staff. Now it's your turn to go out there and perform and not make mistakes.
Second half underway. Simon Elliott making a change as well. Kevin Aliman will come in. Luis Espino is out. And Sacramento might be going to a different formation as well. See if they'll maybe play a little bit higher. But you're going to see quite a bit chasing, putting pressure on coming from this LA Galaxy 2 side, as they were so successful and are able to force turnovers just like that.
Yeah, it's good pressure by LA. Some sloppy play by Sacramento, making it difficult for themselves.
Kevin Aliman getting the start on Wednesday, and since coming back from injury, he had a nice assist to Jeremy Hall as the game-winning goal against Rio Grande Valley last Saturday here at Papa Murphy's Park. But he's at times tried to do a little too much here in a game. Such a talented player, maybe trying to work his way back into the fold, and comes back from injury after being gone 2.5+ months. Maybe just trying to have too much of an impact on every single play.
Yeah, I agree. And really got to get his fitness back up to a certain level where he can go full 90.
Quick touch. LA moving nicely tonight. Miguel Aguilar sends it backward.
Well, they just look like they're on a different level right now. Still, everyone looks like they're enjoying themselves out there. They're playing, they're moving, combinations, they're getting stuck in.
Aguilar, Achimpong. They've had a nice combination. No one defending. Tainter has to come over. Ball played in. Jeremy Hall there to clear it up.
Another giveaway.
Right back. Adrian Vera, the 21-year-old from North California. Aguilar. Aguilar was drafted 17th overall, was traded to LA in 2016. Flag goes up as a foul, called Sarah Cortez.
Yeah, Ethan Zubak. Looks like Mitchell Trainer definitely comes through. Ends up getting the ball, but also gets quite a bit of Ethan Zubak on the way through.
But Aguilar, a local product, playing back home, grew up in Sacramento, born in Mexico. But having a good one here as he scores his 3rd goal on the season here in his hometown. And Ethan Zubak a little bit slow to get back on the pitch. So Horde, Tainter, Seiler, Gomez in the back with Josh Cohen, Villarreal, Mediasic, Hall, Alimani, Wassa, Bajev for Sacramento to start the second half. No changes for LA as of yet, but several of the players getting ready. They lead 4-0 here. Aguilar, Zubak, Angola, Lopez, all with goals in the first half of play. Just a bit quicker. Ball laid up in front.
It's just way too easy down this side. There's no way. You got a little set piece. You got two passes, and they're already in behind Kevin Aliman. And Kevin, once again, just a moment ago, lets a runner go through on that left side, LA's right side, and already twice allowing LA to get in behind him.
Aliman trying to get past Nate Schultz. Schultz was drafted by LA, the 48th overall pick in the draft in the 2018 MLS Super Draft. Ford is going to use the left foot, looking for Iwasa. Iwasa shielding it down. Iwasa looking for an opportunity. The crowd was hoping for it. Hall comes to clean it up, just could not get a turn on. Here's Bajev's going to give it a ride. A diving save from Brian Sylvester.
Finally, Sacramento challenging Sylvester. I still think it's a good job by Cam Iwasa. Like to get a look at it to see if he does have a little bit of an angle or a little bit of a window.
Quick corner back for Sacramento. Ball driven, back post as we take you to live action here. Out of play, another corner, and Brian Sylvester, a quality keeper. Drafted originally by Philadelphia Union in 2015, did play 19 games in MLS. Was with DC United and Richmond. He'll do a restart from the corner. With a 25-year-old goalkeeper.
Pushing and shoving going on in there right now, even before the play with Sylvester.
So even Sylvester, only seen the second match in USL play, he does have some experience tonight. This will not be an easy one to get past for Sacramento, but they look pretty good in that last possession.
Yeah, good opportunity here for Sacramento on this in-swinger. Kevin Aliman serves great balls in the box. Got to make sure the runs are there.
And Ismail Peckman having a word with Brian Sylvester here. Whistle blows again. It'll be Aliman in-swinger. Punched away by Sylvester. Lopez holding. Maybe a little bit too long. Gives Sacramento a chance. And Hall will send it to Cohen. Mind you, Galaxy in 14th place. Not a team that you'd expect to have 4 goals and a half against the Republic. Ball lofted in, looking for Iwasa. Found the head of Angola.
Good decision right there by Villarreal.
It'll be a corner kick for Sacramento. They've got now 4 in this second half of play. Bit sharper from Sacramento coming out of the gate.
Tell you what, Jean Angola has been an absolute magnet.
And a big collision away from the ball. And Kevin Aliman goes down. And now a little bit of shoving between Aliman and Aliman may, and not going to get the yellow card, but getting into talking to at the very least. It was John Riccio and Aliman colliding there. Matiasic. And the foul is drawn. Midweek travel, how does it impact the Republic? Maybe a reason for this slow start. You hate to have excuses, Kevin.
Well, massively. You know, you're going halfway across the country, 1,500 miles or so. Midweek game, you know, you're leaving on Tuesday, coming back on Thursday. You got yesterday to kind of get a stretch in, try to get all the lactic acid out of your legs, get the travel out of your legs, and then come back, turn around and play again here tonight. And that's what's always just so interesting about this league, and you have foreigners come over here. The difficult travel is not really given enough credit and appreciation in my mind.
Well, meanwhile for LA, they haven't played since last Friday.
So it might have been a deflection. No, Elliot Horde, just poor decision, poor execution.
But you're right, you talk about English Premier League or Serie A or some of the others, there's no team traveling further than really what is almost the state of California. Aguilar has a little bit of room. He's going to move forward. He's going to try to loft it in. Lopez into space. Cole Seiler, 2 good moves to keep that ball. And now LA is going to make a substitution here. And it's going to be Jonathan Hernandez at the time. There's the break. Iwasa tracks it down to the corner. Shannon Gomez. Stronger right foot. He'll switch the field. Ball lofted to Gomez into the 18. A chance for Sacramento. A lot of credit to Angola and Fedez and Raquel and Schultz. They have gotten the way and made it difficult.
There's the sub coming in here. Aguilar coming out.
So Aguilar with a goal, his 3rd on the season. He will come out. He'll be replaced by the 21-year-old from Pasadena, Jonathan Hernandez, Academy player who signed a USL contract last spring. The 9th Academy player from Los Angeles to do just that. Went to school, junior college up here in Northern California.
So far, though, this half, Rob, we're 10 minutes in. I think Sacramento's done a much better job in terms of getting behind LA, causing them troubles defensively. Just need to figure out a way to break open that back four a little bit more find something, put it in the back of the net.
Excuse me, I spoke. It was Mount San Antonio is where Jonathan Hernandez went, so would stayed down south after growing up. But now he has an opportunity to come in. 1 goal, 1 assist on the year. Villarreal broken up again. Raquel. So getting word that Justin Schmidt with a bruise is why he was out of the game. And so if you look at for Simon Elliott, that's a tough substitution to make when your team has had trouble keeping
especially
guys on the field and needing to make changes. And now you only have 1 substitution left.
Especially when your center back's being subbed out for a muscle bruise. Not the best look, in my opinion.
Bajev looking for a chance for Sacramento. Crashing was Iwasa. He'll get it right back. Going to send a low ball and it hits the net. Beyond Bajev in Sacramento. One of an aggressive play when they had a slight deflection. We'll take a look at it one more time. Jaime Villarreal may have gotten the end on it for his 2nd goal. Either way, Beyond Bajev made something happen, and there's a spark right back here at Papa Murphy's Park.
Let's go. This is the time to do it. I mean, really, it's a great decision there by Beyond Bajev. You're in that position. It's a good first touch, and all you want to do is hit it firm across the face of that goal and through traffic. All of that, that's good play. Let's see if you got Jaime Villarreal on that near post. Not sure if he gets a touch. One way or the other, it sneaks through. Here's going to be a really good look right here. It's actually own goal. Coming off of an LA player, right, sneaks right into that near post. But good things happen when you hit that ball hard across the face of the goal, as what we just saw.
Sacramento not done yet, so they get a goal. So that was an own goal, and here in the stands, he's getting credit for the goal, but that'll likely be taken away. Either way, that's the 2nd time this season Jaime Villarreal has taken a good shot on target and found a ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's a great job by Beyond Bajev.
Seiler going to dump it off to Bajev, broken up. And it was John Riccio who had a leg on it. Either way, it's 4-1, and there's a little bit of buzz now back in the arena. Aliman tried to flip it back to Villarreal.
Aliman's got to know himself a little better, and that's a silly play. Start trying to do back heels. You're down 4-1 with some momentum.
You get this to 4-2. Maybe a young team, and remind you, Kevin, there's not a single player over the age of 23 now out of the outfield for this LA team. Brian Sylvester is the oldest at 25. No whistle blown. Crowd furious. Hernandez will move forward with it. Gonna lay it up. Adam Chong finding Lopez. Lopez looked for his right foot. Right back. Chance for LA. They're holding nice possession into that 18. Finally, it's Jaime Villarreal, the former Los Dos player, to come up with it.
Got to find a way to keep the ball when you do win it, though, Rob.
Adam Chung just collapsed. Adam Pong, excuse me, just collapsing out on the turf.
Now, to be fair, I mean, it looks like Matiasic does get him on the calf and maybe a rolled ankle. Take a look at it before we start jumping to conclusions. I do think Matiasic gets a little touch on the calf. And watch this left ankle.
It looks like he got caught in the turf a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he just kind of rolls that left ankle a little bit.
Well, Jeffrey Achimpong is a player that this LA side really feels has a bright future with the Galaxy at some point. He can play multiple positions in the midfield. He's served as a 6 at times. He's been moved up as a 10 and others. The 21-year-old Ghanan is a player that they're very high on, and we've seen him make some pretty good runs. We've seen him all the way back near his own goal as well. There's some pretty good bright stars. I think it's been a similar story from this LA2 side over the last several years. You've seen your Jedford Jamiesons, you've seen your Ariel Lassiters. You've seen a lot of players who are now getting some time with the MLS side.
Yeah, it's a good little system they got going through there. But so even today, I think Achimpong's done a great job box to box today. Both sides, like you said, breaking things up defensively, getting forward, getting involved in the attack.
Well, let's see if we can take another look at that goal. It's an own goal, Jaime Villarreal. was given credit originally, but beyond Bajev, just with a pretty sensational strike, and there is. It's John Raquel who last touched it and deflected just beyond Brian Silvestri, and so makes it 4-1. Fiddes. That injury killing a little bit of the crowd noise here at Papa Murphy's Park. Looking to switch the field, can't get to it as Hernandez. Gomez does. Trying to break free, just loses an a mean tackle by Gomez. Not sure that he meant to, but I'll tell you what, it's actually Hernandez is going to get the talking to from Izmir Pekmik.
Clumsy challenge there by Shannon Gomez.
Pong is back up. So Sylvester allowing his first goal in 2 appearances with Los Dos. Tainter steps up, looking to break something. See if he can get Jaime Villarreal or potentially Kevin Aleman to move forward. And again, Achimpong able to draw a foul. Well, the 5 years of glory celebration continues. Saturday will continue that in a moment. Laying off for Aleman, trying to find some space up against Schultz. Schultz with decent defending to push him in the corner. And Aleman will skirt along the touchline to find Shannon Gomez.
Aleman does a great job there to get that ball back. Good effort.
So the 5 years of glory celebration continuing September 8th against the Sounders 2. We'll highlight top moments of club history, and players will again wear these black kits. For tickets and more details, go to sacrepublicfc.com/glory. Two sides starting to battle, more whistles being blown. Looking to lob it over the top.
It's well done by Shannon Gomez. So where you start to step up, try to lock him in now, put the pressure up.
Look at Aleman fighting, wins the ball back for a moment. Schultz able to clear him away.
Just looking for some help there. Don't let that bounce.
Lopez breaking free. He's got 1 to beat, and he's going to go 1v1. Looking for a strike on a slow dribbler, as maybe Mitchell Tainter got a piece of it, or at least bumped him off his line. Lopez has such a quick first step. Already 9 goals on the season, again 6 of them coming in the last 5 matches.
That's a good example. I've seen Cole Seiler once or twice tonight. Let the ball bounce in front of him. It's a center back. It just invites pressure.
Aleman looking for some room, push down, and we're going to see a yellow card most likely. Gene Angola fully extends his arm, and Izmir Pekmik has not pulled out a card quite yet. There'll be a foul. There's no doubt about that.
Let's take a look at it. I mean, it definitely comes in. I think it looks like Aleman goes down relatively softly. Bit of a push. I don't think there's a cautionable offense right there.
I'd probably, after looking at it again, it wasn't as strong as it looked at the time. But either way, Republic go down, and now they have a free kick, and not the easiest spot. And look at Mitchell Tainter up in the face of Sylvester, trying to pump up the Tower Bridge Battalion.
What's he doing?
He's just dancing around. Brian Sylvester maybe trying to get in his head a little bit.
I've never seen that in my entire life. I've never seen this.
Mitchell Tainter with some antics, and he'll be called back from Izmir Pekmik. Trying something, you're down 4-1. Why not?
Never in my life. See something new every day. This is a good distance, though. Good opportunity for Sacramento. Either Bijev or Aleman, either right or left footer on this. It's kind of right in the middle of the box, and a good distance to hit it with some pace. He's got plenty of time to get under that crossbar.
It's going to be Aleman, sends it through, and back out of play.
Yeah, not his best effort.
And there's times you see younger players almost turn away and give some space. Maybe that's the thought process there from Kevin Aleman. Tainter will look for Bajev. Into the air they go. Down they both go. And a foul is called on Bajev.
Yeah, not sure if I agree with that one either. Neither does the entirety of Papa Murphy's Park.
I don't know, both players up at the same time. It's almost a no call in my opinion. Either way, LA, Brian Silvestri will take it here Tainter moving forward, see if he can get one of his teammates to break a bit.
Can't be that direct, though. That's got to be directed towards one of the channels. Can't be right down the throat. It's easy for Sylvester to come up there and pick it up. But I like the aggressiveness from Tainter. Let's see if we can do it again. It's well done.
Achimpong to the corner goes for LA along that touch line, battling Rakeo. Rakeo signed in March, played with Club Tijuana and was loaned to Cianola. And found his way to LA, just 22 years of age. Wassa looking to turn. Pretty good defending here by Gino Angola.
Yeah, Angola's looked really solid tonight. I think he's defended really nicely, 1v1. Hasn't really overcommitted, made a little mistake a minute ago on top of the box, but
I think overall you could put him in for a man of the match consideration. He's played well, but Jeff goes down, and now he's holding his left shoulder. He's trying to draw the foul. Cohen will have to come out and may have smacked off the faith of Ethan Zubak and Cohen, and now Zubak having a conversation as things are beginning to get a bit more chippy here between Los Angeles and Sacramento. Can't expect much less than that.
Pekmic needs to get control of this thing. We've got about 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes to go.
The tackle to the ground is Seiler, and he's able to get possession for this Republic team. Hard driven ball into the arms of Sylvester. Good run from Cameron Iwasa.
It's that near post run. Cam just kind of peels off a little bit to the back. Miscommunication between him and the winger on that. But still, like seeing Cam with that aggressive, that run. You see him finish in the back of the net. And that's the sort of aggression and energy you want to see from those runs.
Vera. Back to Vera again. Vera with the left foot. He'll cross the field. Tainter lays out for it. Achimpong with a big strike off the head.
At the back of Villarreal. That ball looked like it had some pace behind it.
Forward, Bajev. Zonga stepping. Justin Fittis also played well. Iwasa brought down. The whistle will come from Izmir Pekmic. And a free chance here for the Sacramento Republic. They trail 4-1. Angola Zubak. Aguilar, who was subbed out for Jonathan Hernandez. And Frank Lopez, all with goals for Los Angeles. An own goal after a strong strike from Vian Bajev. Fell off the leg of Rakeo, went to the back of the net. That came here in the second half. Matty Osich will drive it back post, a little too far out of the chance for it to be Cole Seiler, but just too much on it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Immediately look down at Simon Elliott and see the frustration in his face after that ball from Yuri Matiasic sails out. It's a really good opportunity for Sacramento, but if you're taking that set piece, you've got to give your guys an opportunity to do something with it. And the last thing you want to do is what happened.
Public asking the referee to look at his watch, make sure this time is being accounted for as Brian Sylvester takes his time.
I tell you what, the one big glaring hole in Brian Sylvester's game right now is his distribution. I think Sacramento needs to think about that, and hopefully they talked about it. Meaning they got to put pressure. It looks like Elliott Horde might be down, slow to get up. But anytime there's an opportunity to put pressure on the goalkeeper when the ball's at his feet, you got to do it. His distribution looks suspect at best.
Gomez looking to earn a corner, and he does.
It's well done. But going back to Brian Sylvester, I mean, whether the ball's in his hands or the ball's at his feet, it just does not look comfortable. I think it might be an opportunity for Sacramento to nick one.
Matijasic.
I don't know how that's a foul on Cole Seiler.
Seiler came crashing in from the top.
Looks like he just undercut. I'm not sure who's on the ground, if that's Achimpong.
It is Jeffrey Achimpong, the 21-year-old midfielder.
Doing a little bit of everything tonight. Getting himself, putting his body in the line, gets up, makes himself big. And I think it looks like Cole Seiler probably gets pushed into this, ends up undercutting Achimpong. It's always a long fall from the peak of that jump down to the ground.
Season ticket members, renew your 2019 membership now. Continue with exclusive benefits, including behind-the-scenes access, renewed tonight. And you get 10% off your regular playoff tickets here. Also get a free magnet as well. Go to republic.com for more details. Looking to find Iwasu, found a back heel to Aliman, making a good run is Matijasic, broken up again. The back line from Los Angeles has been solid all evening.
That's a great job by Achimpong once again, and then distributes out to his striker, Frank Lopez. Pretty soft.
Mitchell Tainter is likely to get booked if he continues. And look, I pulled out the spray. Looked like he was maybe going to book there, but Izmir Pekmik at least telling Mitchell Tainter to.
That's a pretty soft.
Keep quiet.
Pretty soft set piece call, but still, I think Tainter just, you got to know, you can't.
Hernandez.
Great pressure. It's really good pressure from Hernandez.
Here's Zonga.
Chance to break.
Schultz just holding the back, and Villarreal now going down. This Vera cuts in front of him, but Schultz able to get away with one. And Bajev goes in hard. Sacramento still fighting. It's a good sign here for Simon Elliott for its club being down 4-0 at half. And now the whistle continuing to blow. Substitution coming. It'll be Yuri Matijasic out. It'll be Christian Isley to come in. Christian Isley, 3 goals and assist on the season. Orlando, Florida native. Played overseas before coming here to Sacramento. He'll likely serve up top now, move Cameron Iwasa back.
Yeah, interesting substitution. I don't think Yuri Matijasic was doing too much or was super effective going forward.
He looked a bit like a step slow tonight, and I don't know if the travel got to him. Or...
I think that's a pretty common theme for a lot of the guys here tonight. And I mean, a lot of that has to do probably with that travel.
Iwasa goes down, and Iwasa is called for the foul. Now Iwasa with a shove afterward.
Some frustrations by Sacramento, starting to rear their heads.
There's a lot of time here left, and that's against Andre Zonga.
It's good defending by Zonga. Tell you what, Cam's a little worse for the wear on that as well. Fouls just brings him right on top of him.
Well, it's interesting. They're showing it here, and people are upset, but Iwasa gets the yellow card. Iwasa was the one holding it with an extra shove afterward. It's hard to argue that there shouldn't be something.
Surprised it's taken 75 minutes to produce a yellow card here, considering.
So that is in the 74th minute, the game's first yellow card. But you look at that defeat when it was 4-0. Aleman given a yellow card, so 2 in a row for Sacramento. You go back to 2015 in July when it was a night to say goodbye to Preki after winning the championship the night before. And that game was 4-0. It was a bunch of young players that we had not seen really in 2014. Very similar here for Los Angeles. 2018 and a bunch of youngsters that we have not quite seen. This is the first match. Hard to believe. Here we are in August, the first time Los Angeles, Sacramento getting together. They'll play one more. But a lot of
turnover.
Similars.
A lot of turnover from LA over the last 18 months. Almost a whole changing of the guard. New manager coming in, Mikey Munoz. And a lot of the old guard were kind of moved on, moved along. And here we are, the first time we've seen this side. But you're right, I mean, it's a lot of new faces that we're not used to seeing.
Yellow card handed against LA. So as you said, none in that first about 75 minutes. And here we are now 3 in the last few. And that goes against John Raquel. So Raquel Alimani-Wasa.
A yellow card has been issued in the 77th minute to number 46 from the LA Galaxy.
And interesting today is that
John Raquel.
MLS Galaxy side defeated 5-0 against Seattle. And here tonight, the youngsters have nearly flipped that around. Crowd likes what they've seen from Gomez. Little trip from Vera from behind. They'll continue to go. They'll play advantage. Bijev looking for some room. He'll play it up top to Jeremy Hall. Aleman was looking to make a run. Here's Horde now.
Too predictable. It's too predictable. It's easy to defend.
You knew exactly what's going to happen. It'd be 3 touches and a cross. It's happened time and time again tonight with little success. Hall to Isley. He's going to lay it up for Aleman. He's going to give it a ride.
Yeah, well done by Isley. Seeing the back-to-goal striker right there. Seeing wonderful Kevin Aleman. That left foot teed up nicely.
Sorry, that was Jaime Villarreal.
You're right, Villarreal just can't get that left foot wrapped around it. But I like that combination play on top of the box. Something different, something unique that we don't see from Sacramento very often. But that's what I think Isley brings to this team. He comes in, very good back to goal, very smart back to goal. And the reason why that works, Rob, is that's one touch. That's one touch back down quickly. It's not 2 touches. Allows everyone to adjust.
Republic to throw. Gomez looked to cut. Bijev, able to clean it up. Takes a decent crack at it.
Don't mind that at this point in the game. Still before that, Shannon Gomez has got both Jaime Villarreal as well as Vian Bijev checking in the same space. They've got to be able to figure out a way to be more effective and give a guy like Shannon Gomez another opportunity or another option, And at that point, with 2 guys flashing and showing in the same space defensively, it's so easy to defend that. You just got, you know where he's going to go. He's going to keep the ball or go there. You got to have more options. Got an elbow right there.
Mitchell Tainter still on the turf, and Frank Lopez is furious, and he's going to be running away from Izmir Peknik, but either way, he's getting a yellow card. That's the 4th of the game now, 2 for each side. It looks like he's going to...
There's definite move. It looks like Frank Lopez's left arm as that ball's, as Tainter's coming through. And look right here, see Tanner some shoving, some pushing, but watch this left arm. Pretty high by Frank Lopez. Honestly, I don't know if there's much intent right there, but at the end of the day, if your elbows are going up that high, you're going to connect with somebody else who's 6 inches taller than you probably on the chin. Good look, this left arm right here is high. Maybe some intent right there. I think that's the right call. I think that's a well-earned yellow card in my book.
Cohen's going to send it deep, looking for Isley.
No one's looking for that second ball except LA.
You watched Isley with his hand saying, where's a teammate of his? Hall is going to cut it right back in, looking for Seiler. Seiler with a header.
That goal kick goes out. Seiler.
And
not much Seiler can do in that situation.
So Frank Lopez, night is over. He scores his 9th goal on the season on a penalty kick drawn from Justin Schmidt. And now it's Justin Dillon, the Cal Poly graduate who grew up in Rancho Santa Margarita. Academy player all the way, one of the better Big West Conference players in his day. The 23-year-old comes on late in this game.
Tell you what, Frank Lopez looked pretty good tonight. I think pretty dynamic on all aspects.
Well, he's been electric. 6 goals in the last 5 games. He has been on a tear.
Yeah, not sure what he's complaining about there. Maybe he's got some yellow card accumulations coming up here. So seemed like a pretty innocuous yellow card. No reason for him to be upset about that, considering the game he put in today. You know, drew the penalty, scores a goal. Got him behind Sacramento quite a bit tonight. It's well done. Shannon Gomez.
He wasn't on the watch, so maybe that may have put him 3 or 4, but he did not have 4 coming into this game.
Yeah, just kind of unique or odd way to react to that yellow card.
Well, especially when your team's up 4-1 and then out of the game and still be upset about it. LA dominated that first half of play. Things settled down in the second half, but never before the Republic allowed 4 goals and a half, and yet here it comes tonight in front of the home fans at Papa Murphy's Park against a team, mind you, that's in 14th place. And we talked about taking care of business, the teams below you. Throughout the year, Kevin, it's not the Real Monarchs, it's not been Orange County or Phoenix that has caused concern. It's these teams that aren't even likely to snip the playoffs in 2018 that have taken advantage of Sacramento.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times it might be a chance to break here. A lot of the times these teams come in. Once again, we talked about the Papa Murphy effect of coming into a fun stadium, fun place to play. You get these teams that are in the middle of the table, the bottom of the table, don't really come in and experience this sort of environment often. Probably get a little bit of a boost, if you will, and you always get the other team's best games.
Ford is going to go for Bajev here. Schultz is there to step in front of it. But you're right, especially from these young guys. They've never played in front of a crowd like this. And they want to put on a show. There's nothing greater, as you know, as a competitor, to be able to silence the home crowd as a visiting club. A little dangerous there as Dillon was giving chase.
Get some communication a little better too right there.
Republic taking on their 1868 of Reno next week in Nevada. So they get a full week off, but Reno in the playoff hunt. And a club that Sacramento dominated in that first half and then allowed 3 goals and would wound up losing that here at home earlier in the year. To get revenge against that club on the road. Bajev trying to create some space, finds a teammate in Hall. Iwasa sprays it out wide. Sacramento. Bajev.
It's not their night. It's good pressure, I think, from LA. It forces Bajev to try to stretch and reach for something.
Sylvester taking his time here as the LA Galaxy 2 are going to try to soak up this victory if they can. Ford's going to look to his left foot this time. Looking back post, Sylvester. He had Pajev there making a good run. Snuffed it out pretty well. LA to the top. Achimpong, quick touch from Justin Dillon. LA looking to hold on possession here. 9-4-3, Sacramento having the advantage, and that will likely go to 9-4-4 after tonight, unless Sacramento can pull off the unthinkable here and put 3 in the back. Pajev trying to leave it for Iwasa.
A great chance for Iwasa right there, just not once again that run that he's making, and looks like Cam probably ends up stepping on Angola as well, as Angola's still down in the box rolling around, and I don't fault Sacramento for not putting the ball out of play.
They're going to continue to play. Villarreal's going to be Aliman. Back to Iwasa. Can he find a corner? He's got Pajev to his left. No one's finding too many touches for the Republic in this space. Iwasa now holding on, and the white jerseys collapse and get it out of play. Give credit to Mike Munoz, the former Academy director. He replaced Kurt Analfo as Kurt Analfo was called up to take over the MLS side. He was replaced by Siggy Schmidt, and is now in his second season with Los Dos. And they've given him one task, and they felt like it was not about winning, it was really about developing these players. And I think a showing like this, they've got to be feeling pretty good. They changed up their formation.
You know, what's real interesting about it, you know, Kurt Analfo, when he was down here coaching Los Dos, he had a whole plan, program set up where he's like, listen, these guys you see out here are the guys that you're going to see playing for LA Galaxy in the next couple of years. Kurt got his chance, got his opportunity, brought some of his guys up, some of his Los Dos guys up to the first team, and really got a short hook and was shown the door. Was showing the door pretty quickly, but still, like I think that Kurt had a whole program, a whole plan, a whole you know, 5-year schedule on how this should look. Unfortunately for him, as professional sports goes, you usually don't have enough time, or the amount of time that you feel that you need.
Well, and here's an interesting case, right, is Ibrahimovic discussing this LA Galaxy side, and even though they're in the playoff picture as of now, he said they almost don't deserve the mistakes and stuff that they're making. Don't put them as LA went and spent big. Mitchell Tainter's going to give it a go. And Siggy Schmidt, it's not like he has this team playing on all cylinders, and where the Galaxy is playing well, and maybe Kurt Analfo was not given an appropriate chance. They brought in a bigger name, and they brought in some other names, and there was a lot of questions about, do these pieces even fit? And with LAFC's success, there's probably even more pressure now, and they're not the only game in town.
Yeah, I know. I think it's an interesting decision for LA to go kind of old school. Back to Siggy Schmidt, who's been around for a long time, knows the game, phenomenal coach. Because I think things have changed. Have a strike.
Iwasa, as it bounces up, Angola goes up over the top. Republic not done. Villarreal.
Square ball. So easy to pick and read.
So LA will make one more substitution in the final minutes here. Dillon showing some hustle. Lofted in, looking for Iwasa. And out of play. Good tackle from Shannon Gomez, who has a few words to say. Well, 4 minutes of stoppage time here at Papa Murphy's Park between LA and Sacramento. It's brought to you by Rayleigh Something Extra. Earn points every time you shop with their rewards program. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. And Efren Alvarez is going to come in. Alvarez had a pretty good season. And he signed at the young age of 15 last year. Has 8 goals on the season. Just 16 years of age. Talk about a youth movement. A complete revamp and retooling and looking at going young. And it's exactly what this team has done. Adrian Vera, 21-year-old. He is out. Hall finding Iwasa. Iwasa dumps it off to Isley. Isley! And stopped by Sylvester.
A great save by Sylvester. Good look by Isley as well.
I don't even know if he was seeing that ball, but either way, got himself big, made the stop. Four to 1, 4 goals scored by LA in the first half of play. Achumpong still active, draws the foul. I think it's fair to say we've both been impressed with number 44 tonight, Jeffrey Achumpong.
I think he's done a really good job offside here. I think he's done a really good job commanding the pitch, commanding the game on both sides. He's been active in that final third and really active defensively.
Aliman finds it at his feet. Aliman just over the bar.
I got to find target there. Even had Isley kind of peeling off on his right. Could have been a good idea to just a little slipped ball in behind him. Got a look. This ball falls nicely to Aliman. Right out from under him. Good first touch. Decent strike. Decent technique on it. Just doesn't follow it enough into goal, I think. Try to keep his chest over that ball.
I think he finds target. He's got a goal there. And if you go back to Isley, quickly could have been 4-3, and this is a much different feeling in the final minutes. Seiler looking to find Isley. He's being held, and the foul will be drawn. Free kick for the Republic. 43 points for Sacramento, 12, 6, and 7 on the year. And likely to pick up their 8th loss in the 26 games. Still a few more, but here we are at the end of August. Kevin, the playoff picture for the Republic. They've got to perform and pick up points if they want to host a match here come those playoffs. Efren Alvarez just using his body weight to maintain control against Shannon Gomez.
Stocky young lad.
And he's 16.
I know. I mean, that does not have your typical physique of a soccer player, but still, you saw the pace there. He's able to run with the ball and still kind of pull away or stay level with Shannon Gomez as Shannon Gomez is trying to track him down.
And that is the final whistle. Los Angeles wins a stunner here at Papa Murphy's Park, 4-1. Republic absolutely shocked. Never before have they given up 4 goals and a half, and they could not overcome that here. They get one back in the second, but that would not do it as the Republic lose by 3 goals here, and they remain at 43 points on the season. Los Angeles moves to 26. Full-time stats and highlights coming up after the break.
So from the two trucks over here, I want you to pick a new truck for your mom or dad, knowing that they could possibly pass it down to you one day.
Cool.
But before you decide, you should know that Chevy Silverados are the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road, which means that Ford F-150s are not. Which truck would you pick?
The Chevy.
The Chevy.
The Chevy.
There you go. Boom.
That was obvious. And plus it looks cooler.
No doubt about it. Now they know what to get me.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
You hear that? That's the sound of $18,000 in savings. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, and during the summer clearance event at Elk Grove Dodge, all remaining new 2018 Ram trucks are on sale, including 50 new 2018 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 Eco Diesels that are all $18,000 off MSRP. That's $18,000 off all remaining new 2018 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 Eco Diesels. Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at oakgrovedodge.com.
Back with you here at Papa Murphy's Park, and a disappointing loss for the Sacramento Republic tonight against their rival Los Angeles Galaxy 2. Let's take a look at our NorCal Honda final highlights. And early on, it was Los Angeles came out aggressive, and much as we've seen a similar story from other teams, they came ready to play early, and Aguilar with that first strike.
That's a wonderful strike. Good piece of work, too, to get around Shannon Gomez, ever steady Shannon Gomez as well. And just absolutely strikes it beautifully with the left foot. And then just a lazy defensive effort right there. Justin Schmidt, he knows it. It's a great little effort there as well. And obviously the nicely slotted penalty by Ethan Zubak. And then once again, the finish from the big center back.
Gene Angola with his first goal. And you know what? Sacramento just not able to pick up, mark their guys, whatever it may be. And then how about this? Frank Lopez showing the pace, gets past Cole Seiler, makes it 4-0 in the first 30 minutes of the game.
Yeah, at that point, it was all but too late and too much. And then obviously right here, great job by Vian Bijev, putting it in a good spot, hitting it hard across the face of the goal, trying to bring one back.
And they got an own goal, but 4-1, that would be the final. 18 shots started to even out, but on target was the difference. 10-4 LA. Overall, I think that was probably one of the best looking games Los Angeles has had all year, but they've had games where they've put up goals. I think maybe 6 or 4 in another one. I mean, they really know how to score goals. Defensively, they've looked pretty poor throughout the year, but you know, our final stats brought to you by Sacramento State, and LA putting on a clinic here today. Let's take a look now at a zoom image of the match, and it features Tainter, and let's do our man of the match first, and that is Jaime Villarreal.
Yeah, Villarreal, great job tonight. I mean, I think in the one bright spot in the all but dismal game here tonight, put out good performance. I think both sides of the ball did great in the middle of the park, combined nicely and distributed nicely throughout the game.
All right, let's take a look at a zoom image of the match. It's Mitchell Tainter and Vian Bijev, or Jaime Villarreal going up forward, excuse me, and effort was there at times tonight. And again, I think we talked about it, didn't play as poorly as the score indicates. Los Angeles was just on those front studs the entire time. So let's take a look at our Western Conference standings, brought to you by Life Storage. Sacramento headed into the evening in 3rd place, and they'll drop just a spot as Phoenix able to pick up the victory, and they move into 3rd, but still a tight race. And I'll tell you what, Reno has not been able to pick up points lately. Still have plenty of games in hand, but they'll take on the Reno 1868 coming up next Saturday on the road. That game is at 7:30. It will be on My 58. So if you're in the Sacramento region, go ahead and turn it on there. Kevin Goldthwait and I will have the call for that upcoming schedule here, Kevin. Things were supposed to be easier here in the month of August. Not the case. But either way, here we go. Still plenty of chances in the month of September to finish strong and potentially even get that number 2 seed.
A really, really big game in my opinion next week against Reno. Tough place to play. You're going out of elevation, playing in a bit of a shoebox of a stadium. Really important game coming up next week for Sacramento. And you said it should have been a little bit more of an easy August where points should have been a little bit easier to grab, but Sacramento's made it more difficult.
So Sacramento, they fall 4-1 here against the Los Angeles Galaxy 2. And a disappointing night for the fans here, but they've got a chance, still plenty of time. They're still in the top 4 in the Western Conference. They got to play LA one more time as well. I want to thank our entire crew from behind the scenes. Everyone on the field. I want to thank Justin Braun for making it out tonight as well, celebrating 5 years of glory. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next Saturday at My 58.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.